So for this tutorial, I'll be using my size 4mm hook and my yarn, which is from a brand called Bravo Tango. So this is 100% acrylic. So to get started, you're going to measure around your bust. So I'll be using my bust measurement. You're going to measure around your bust and divide that by 2, because you're going to be working with 2 panels, the front and the back panel. Sorry, 4 panels, the front, back panel, and the 2 sleeves. So you're going to measure around your bust, divide that by 2, and share that measurement between your front and back panel. Now you're also going to measure the length you want for the dress. So from your neckline down to wherever you want the dress to stop, you're going to measure that. So I don't really want the sweater dress to be really long, so I'm going for a short sweater dress. I'm just going to make the amount of chain that will give me the length I want, which I'll let you know how many chains I end up doing. So I did a total of 140 chains, which is about 28 inches. You can make it longer or shorter depending on the length you want for the dress, but I did a total of 140 chains and it's 28 inches. Now for the first row, I'm going to start by chaining 1. In the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet, and the very next stitch with 1 double crochet. So you're just putting in 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. I'm at the end of the first row. For the second row, chain 1, turn over, put 1 double crochet in each stitch. So you're just putting 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row, and this is what you're going to be doing. So each time you get to the end of the row, chain 1, turn over, and go into each stitch with 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to do this for a few more rows, and then we're going to work on the neckline. So I'll do this and I'll let you know how many rows I end up with before we start working on the neckline. Now I have a total of 12 rows, and this is okay for my shoulder panel. So I have a total of 12 rows of double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. Now I'm going to start working on the neckline. So for that, I'm going to start by chaining 1 and turn over. In the first 2 stitches, I'm going to do a decrease. So yarn over, going to the back loop of the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. I have 2 loops. Yarn over and go into the next stitch and pull through. I have 4 loops. Pull through 2. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. So I have my decrease. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. So you're only going to do an increase on this end. You're not going to do any increase at this other end. So just continue with 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now I've come to the end of the 14th row, and this is the decrease end. So like I said, you're not going to be doing any decrease on the lower end, just for the upper end because you're forming the neckline. So now that I've gotten to this decrease end, you're going to do a decrease in the last 2 stitches. So yarn over, going to the second to the last stitch and pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and go into the last stitch. Yarn over and pull through. You have 4 loops, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Chain 1, turn over. And the first 2 stitches, go in with a decrease. So you're just going to keep on decreasing on this end, and I'll let you know how many rows of decrease I end up doing. But for now, just keep on decreasing on this end. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. So I did a total of 5 rows of decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the 18th row, I'm not going to do any decrease on this end. I'm just going to yarn over and go into the last stitch with 1 double crochet. So I'm only going to be doing 5 rows of decrease. Now chain 1. From this point, you're not going to do any decrease or increase. You're just going to be putting 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So just put 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch, and I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing, and then we'll move to the next part. But for now, you're not doing any increase or decrease. You're just going into each stitch with 1 double crochet in the back loop. So now I did a total of 8 rows of no decrease or increase. So remember, I did 5 rows of decrease. Now I did 8 rows of no increase or decrease, making it a total of 25 rows. Now for the 26th row, what you're going to do is you're going to start increasing. So you want to repeat what you did for this side. So because I did 5 rows of decrease, I'm going to do 5 rows of increase. So yarn over and go into this last stitch with 2 double crochets. Chain 1 and turn over. In the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. Now continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. So like I said, I'm going to do 5 rows of increase because I have 5 rows of decrease. So for example, if you have 6 rows of decrease, you're going to do 6 rows of increase. You're just going to repeat the amount of rows of increase, the amount of rows of decrease you have for the increase. So I'm just going to do this till I have a total of 5 rows of increase. And then because I have 12 rows of no increase or decrease, meaning after the 5 rows of increase I'm going to do 12 rows of no increase or decrease, and then I'll show you what to do next. But just repeat what you did for the beginning of the sweater before the neckline. So now just continue with 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches. I'm done with the 2 panels. They're both identical. I have a total of 42 rows of double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So I started with 12 rows of no increase or decrease, and then 5 rows of decrease and 8 rows of no increase or decrease, then 5 rows of increase, and then 12 rows of no increase or decrease, making it 42 rows. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to work on the sleeves. So for the sleeves, I'm going to start by making the cuff. For that, you're going to start by making a chain of 12 or 15, depending on how long you want the cuff of the sleeve to be. But I'm just going to make a chain of 12. So I have my 12 chains. Start by chaining 1 in the first stitch, go in with 1/2 double crochet. Yarn over, going to the next stitch and pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Going to the next stitch and pull through. You have 3 loops, pull through all 3 loops. So you just put in 1/2 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. Now I'm at the end of the row. Chain 1 and turn over. Put 1/2 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. So this is what you're going to continue with until you have the length you want or the width you want for the cuff. So just keep on putting 1/2 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch, and when you get to the end of the chain 1 and turn over, and just continue with that till you have the amount of rows you want, which I'll let you know how many rows of half double crochet I end up with. Now I'm done with the cuff, and I did a total of 18 rows of half double crochet, which is stretchy enough to pass my hands and fit my cuff. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start by chaining 1, put 1 single crochet along the cuff horizontally. Now there's really no definite amount of single crochet you're going to put into each stitch. You're just going to eyeball it and try to make sure you're placing the single crochet evenly along the cuff, which I'll let you know how many single crochets I end up with. Now I'm done putting 1 single crochet in each stitch, and I have a total of 30 single crochet stitches. For the second row, chain 1 and turn over. Now you're going to be working with double crochet, and you're going to be increasing on both ends of the cuff. So in the first stitch, go in with 2 double crochets. Now put 1 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the last stitch where you're going to do an increase. So I did a total of 14 rows of increase, and this is wide enough to cover my arms. So from here on, I'm not going to be doing any increase. Chain 1 for the 15th row. In the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Go into the next stitch with 1 double crochet, and the next with 1 double crochet. So you're just going to be putting 1 double crochet in each stitch with no increase till you have the length for the sleeves. So I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing for my sleeves, but for now just keep on going back and forth with no increase. So now I'm done with the sleeves, and I did a total of 28 rows of double crochet for the sleeves, and as you can see, I already attached the sleeve to the body of the dress. Now what I'm going to do is, so what I did for the body of the dress was I stitched the shoulder panel on both sides and left the neckline. So for the shoulder panel, I stitched the 12 stitches where I didn't do any increase or decrease, and then I left the increase row, or rather the decrease row, up to where I have my increase row. So what you're going to do now is I'm going to work on the hoodie of the dress. So for that, I'm going to start by making a chain of 45. You can make this longer depending on the length you want for your hoodie, but I'm just going to make a chain of 45. Now I have my 45 chains. Chain 1 in the first stitch, go in with 1 double crochet. Now you're just going to keep on putting 1 double crochet in each stitch till you get to the end of the row. I've come to the end of the row, chain 1 and turn over. Put 1 double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch. Go into the next back loop and put 1 double crochet. So you're repeating what you did for the body of the dress. You're just putting 1 double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. Now you're just going to continue this back and forth till you have the width you want for your hoodie, and I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing for my hoodie. We just keep on going into the back loop of each stitch with 1 double crochet, and when you get to the end of the chain 1 and turn over. So for the hoodie, I did a total of 40 rows of double crochet in the back loop of each stitch. Now you want to join the hoodie to the body of the sweater. So what I did was these 2 middle stitches, I attached my yarn and then I just stitched all the way down to the second middle stitch. So I don't really have any space between the 2 stitches, or you can leave a space. It all depends on how you want the hoodie to be on the neckline, but I want it closely packed, so I just stitched in the middle stitches, and this is what the back looks like. So I just stitched the hoodie to the body of the sweater. Now what you're going to do to close up the hoodie, you're going to stitch this end. Now make sure you're stitching it on the back of the hoodie, so that when you turn it, this is going to be the inner the back. So just try to arrange it so that the stitches will be at the back of the hoodie. So I'm just going to close up the hoodie by stitching this end of the hoodie. Okay, so I'm done stitching the 2 ends of the hoodie together and it's closed. So this is what the hoodie of the dress looks like. Now I just made a long strap and used it to strap the front of the hoodie. So you can add the strap or you can just skip the strap. So this is what the dress looks like. And that's it for this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial. If you like my videos or my videos are helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.